Air and water. Air is one of the most important resources on the Earth. The Earth is surrounded by a thick layer of air called atmosphere. Without the atmosphere, there would be no life on Earth. The atmosphere is composed of 5 layers. Troposphere is the first layer of atmosphere which is closest to the Earth's surface. This is a layer that we live in. All changes in weather takes place here. Stratosphere lies directly above the troposphere. It contains a thin layer of ozone. Jet planes fly in this layer. The ozone layer forms a protective layer by absorbing the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays. These rays can cause skin cancer. Mesosphere is the layer where meteors slow down and burn up, leaving trails in the night sky but do not reach the surface of the Earth. Thermosphere is the layer where space shuttles can move about. Exosphere is the layer from where the atmosphere merges into outer space. Composition of air. The air we breathe in is a mixture of many gases. The two gases that make up the bulk are nitrogen 78% and oxygen 21%. In addition to these two gases, there are other gases present in small amounts: argon, carbon dioxide, and other gases 1%. Air also contains small particles of dust and water vapor. Nitrogen. This gas is important for plants. Oxygen. This is the most important gas. It is vital for the survival of all living beings. Oxygen is also important for burning. Carbon dioxide. This gas is important for plants in the process of photosynthesis. Other gases: hydrogen, helium, argon, neon, and few other gases. Argon and neon are used in electric lights. Water vapor is present due to evaporation of water from the water bodies. Air is a very valuable, renewable resource. Properties of air. Air is a gaseous substance which fills up the container completely. Air can be compressed and can also exert pressure. Let us look at some activities to know the properties of air. Air occupies space. Take a deflated balloon, blow it, and tie the end with a piece of thread. It becomes big. Why? This is because the air blown by you into the balloon has filled in the space of the balloon. This proves that air occupies space. Air has weight. Weigh an empty football. Now pump air into the football and weigh it again. You will find that after pumping in air, the football weighs more. Air supports burning. Take a glass jar, 2 candles and a matchbox. Light both of the candles. Cover one candle with a glass jar. Leave the other candle uncovered. After some time, the candle covered with glass jar stops burning as it gets no air. The candle kept in open keeps on burning. So, air is necessary for burning. Air exerts pressure. You know that air occupies space and has weight? So, anything that has weight exerts pressure too. The pressure exerted by air is called atmospheric pressure. Air exerts force. Moving air has force. It can move things. Take some papers and put them on a table in a room. Switch on the fan. The air inside the room starts moving and makes the papers fly here and there. Wind helps in running windmill. Aeroplane flies due to the presence of air. Air helps in running of sailboat. Parachute and glider also fly due to the presence of air. Water. Water is important to all living things. It makes up 70 to 75% of our body weight. Almost 97% of the water on the earth is salt water, leaving only 3% as fresh water. Over two-thirds is frozen in polar ice caps and glaciers. Although water is a natural resource, the percentage of potable water is not abundant. What floats, sinks, and mixes with water? Float. When an object floats, it can stay on the surface, top of water or liquid by itself. Sink. When the whole object is below the surface of water. To know why objects float or sink, you must understand the term displacement. Displacement takes place when you place something in water or any liquid. The object moves the fluid out of its way. Everything is made of molecules. Some objects have molecules that are packed closely together, while others have molecules that are packed more loosely. This is density. Objects with tightly packed molecules are denser and sink. A paper clip or a penny is dense. Objects with more loosely packed molecules are less dense and float. Wood, cork, or sponges float. The shape of an object can also help it to float. Impurities in water. Once water has fallen on the earth as rain, it goes into the soil or run off into wells, rivers, seas, oceans, or lakes. Many impurities get dissolved: salts, sand, dirt, and germs. These impurities can be broadly classified as soluble and insoluble. Soluble impurities are those which dissolve in water, such as salts of calcium, magnesium, pesticides. Insoluble impurities are those which do not dissolve in water, such as clay, sand particles and germs, bacteria, virus. Different ways to remove insoluble impurities from water are sedimentation. In this process, clear water can be obtained from muddy water. Impure water is kept undisturbed for some time. The heavy particles settle at the bottom due to gravity, and clear water is above. The insoluble impurities which settle down at the bottom are known as sediments. Decantation is the process of gently pouring the clear liquid obtained into another beaker without disturbing the sediments. Filtration. In this process, fine insoluble solids can be separated from liquid-solid mixture by passing it through a porous material like a filter paper. The solid is trapped in the filter paper and fluid passes through. This is called the filtrate, and the impurity left is called the residue. Soluble impurities in water can be removed by evaporation. In this method, the solution is heated. For example, a solution of water and salt is heated for some time. Water gets evaporated and the impurities are left behind. Distillation. It is a process by which pure water can be obtained. This is boiling condensation process. Distilled water is the purest form of water without any minerals. It is used in batteries of vehicles and manufacture of medicines. Purification of water. Pure water is colorless, tasteless, and odorless. Purification is the process of removing undesirable chemicals, suspended particles, and microbes from water to make it fit for drinking. Impure water can cause waterborne diseases such as cholera and jaundice. We can purify water in our homes by boiling, addition of certain chemicals, and filtration. Boiling. Water is heated till it boils for a few minutes. Boiling kills germs. This water is cooled before drinking. Chemical disinfection. Chlorination. Addition of chlorine tablets to water kills germs and makes it fit for consumption. Others include addition of bleaching powder and potassium permanganate. Filtration. Water passes through the pores of the candle placed inside the water container. Most homes nowadays use water filters, manual or electronic. Mosquitoes and malaria. Malaria is a mosquito-borne infectious disease. Mosquitoes breed in stagnant water. It is caused by the bite of only the female Anopheles mosquitoes. The female Anopheles mosquitoes carries the parasite and transmits it to humans. This parasite is a protozoan called Plasmodium. When parasites enter the blood, it goes to the liver and reproduces. Symptoms: chills, fever, headache, anemia, muscle pain, nausea, sweating, and weakness.